Hey, what's up guys, MGH here, welcome to a brand new FIFA 19 video. Now today, I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff, so make sure you're comfortable. We've got a lot of images to get through. I wanted to show a lot more footage, but last night, for example, the pack opening animation, I wasn't actually allowed to post it. They gave me permission, but as soon as it went on YouTube, it got striked down. So I don't want to risk it in this video, and it's an absolute hassle. But we're going to go ahead and look at everything they've revealed, not just Ultimate Team, but also the new kickoff mode and the game types within house rules, things like that. So we're going to go ahead and kick off here the video with the first screenshot, and that is, and by the way, this is footage from Boy. Once again, he used to work at EA and he's now a YouTuber / streamer, so make sure you go check him out. He went over to EA in Vancouver, I believe it was, and was able to play Ultimate Team, and he made like a kind of like a 10-minute video with them with about all of the information on Ultimate Team. So I've got these screenshots from there. This is the Ultimate Team menu. It looks very nice indeed. I've got to say, the new colour palette, I'm a big fan. I love the... I don't even know how to explain it. There's like paint splodges, ink splodges. There's just like lots of pinks, turquoises, blues thrown everywhere. It's a nice look. I really like it. It might just be the cleanest look we've seen in quite a long time. So here we've got his active squad, his squads and concept squads. I mean, not much has actually changed there. It's just a reskin with a new background, but to be honest, if it works, why fix it? Or why if it isn't broken, why would you try and change it? So I'm not surprised that we are going to be seeing a very similar style game, just with a different facelift, you know, a different colour to it, which is what they've done for many years now. I mean, in fairness, out of all the games I play, one of the best menus has to be FIFA. I know that it can be a little bit overwhelming when there's so many boxes on screen, but they do use the tiles feature where you can scroll through tiles, and you know, it's as clean as it can be. I think actually they've done a very good job. Now let's take a look at the squad he has here. A very good squad, by the way, with Phil Jones. It's an interesting design because to me the gold doesn't actually look that gold. It doesn't look very special, and I think I understand why they've done this. There was a lot of special cards in FIFA 18, or there is a lot of special cards, and eventually it just doesn't look sparkly enough when a new card design comes out, and everyone's just a bit like, oh, it's just a new card. So I think what they're going to try and do is make the base colours, the base cards, like the gold, silver and bronze, look pretty bland. They've gone with the same template by the looks of things, with the little ridges in the corners, and there's not much shininess. So when you do get a special card, it really will feel special, and you'll feel like collecting all the different colours and things like that. Very nice squad, but I should say these are FIFA 18 ratings. They have not adjusted the ratings yet, so we will find out when the game comes out what kind of ratings. Well, actually, we'll find out before the game comes out, like they do that every year. They do the ratings reveal, the top 100, I think it is, they normally do. And it's a very nice squad. It doesn't look like they've changed chemistry at all, and it looks pretty much the same as FIFA 18, once again, with just a bit of a facelift. Now, one of the big reveals was the new Division Rivals game mode. This looks very interesting indeed. I don't know every single detail about it. In fact, I recommend you go ahead and check out Nepenthes if you want to watch a real in-depth video. I'm just going to go over it a little bit here because obviously Ultimate Team really isn't my thing, but I want you guys to know what's going on in the game. So Division Rivals, from what I can tell, is a new way to qualify for the Weekend League. So there's none of those daily knockout tournaments. And also, it's another thing that you can grind during the week before the Weekend League begins. Now, I've seen some mixed feedback on that thing I just spoke about, Weekend League not being changed. We don't know the full details yet. The Weekend League may be less games, but it is still in the game. And a lot of people thought that maybe this Division Rivals could actually replace it. But I think a lot of people are excited. The fact that there's going to be something to do during the week as well, except from daily knockout tournaments. It's going to be really competitive. You're going to be able to get yourself coins, cards, loads of stuff by playing Division Rivals, and it's just going to be the new competitive divisions style thing in FIFA Ultimate Team. And it does look really cool from what I've seen. You can probably go ahead and check out the live stream if you want to see them explain it. But pretty much, it's the pre-weekend tournament or weekend league thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm not that excited by it, but I know a lot of Ultimate Team guys are. So then we saw some gameplay, which, I mean, not much happened to be fair. It looks exactly the same as you would imagine. It is a football game after all, but there were some little nice changes that I saw. So we have this kind of overlay on the pitch after he actually conceded a goal. So Wagner scored from Bayern. And you can see on the pitch there itself, it shows the score, what time the goal went in, and who scored it. It shows the card, which I think is a nice little addition. I mean, why not? It's kind of cool, I guess. And after his first Division Rivals game, you can see his progress. So his weekly score went up to 480. He has a skill rating there, and also his weekend league progress. It says he got 2.6 times points per win. I'm not really sure exactly how this is going to work, but the more games you play, which apparently is unlimited, you can play as many as you want during the week, it's going to give you a better skill rating based on how many wins you get, of course. A better weekly score will get you better rewards, and of course you qualify for the weekend league. Now this is something I can get excited about, guys. As a career mode YouTuber, anything that enables you to manage your team better is something I'm excited about. This is the new dynamic tactics. Looks a lot neater, it looks a lot more detailed, and most of all it looks easier to use. So you've got your defence and offence there. You can change how wide, how deep your players defend, and of course going forward how wide they are, how many players will get into the box, up at corners, up at free kicks. I really like this, but you are actually able to change your formation on the fly. And I'm sorry about the quality of the image. It's taken directly from the stream, which I've got to say wasn't the best quality either. But what you can do now with the D-pad, normally you just go, you know, ultra defensive, defensive, attacking, ultra attacking. Well, now when you do that, you can assign formations to each one of those 4 game plans. So if you want to go on ultra defensive, you can also choose a formation that goes with it. Maybe you want to go 5 at the back. Maybe you want to go a 4-3-3, which is what Chuboy went with here. And this is big for me. This is a game changer almost when it comes to managing your players on the pitch, because it's fluid. There's no need to pause the game. You can go ahead and change how the formation works, but not only that, which players are in which positions as well. So if you're winning the game 2-1, 10 minutes left to go, you want to play on defensive, don't you? So normally you would pause the game, you would change your formation, change the players around, make the subs, whatever you want to do, unpause, and then go on defensive. Well now, before the game's even started, you can assign all of that to ultra defensive. So when you use your D-pad and select ultra defensive, your formation will change, the players will change. And also one thing I should mention is there is going to be 5 new formations that we can use in FIFA 19. I haven't got the exact details on which formations they're going to be, but it's still another cool thing that we can expect to see. Some new formations that we can use. So then Chuboy went into another game, and right at the start we saw this. Now I'm not sure if this is going to be an Ultimate Team feature only, but it looks like the stadium could have some other aesthetics going on. Here we've got a picture of Neymar hanging down on the netting behind the goal, which I think's pretty cool. I hope to see more of this stuff. And he eventually went on to win a couple of games, and he ranked up. So this is his weekly score, 480 points, but he managed to achieve rank 1. I wonder what he would get for that. But now if we look at the new image, you can see he's doing an SBC. This is the UEFA Champions League SBC. So if you didn't know already, somehow, FIFA 19 has the Champions League and the Europa League licensing, official licensing. So we are going to see content based around the Champions League and Europa League, which includes SBCs, packs, player designs. You know, there's going to be plenty of really good-looking blue cards, I'm sure, coming from the Champions League group stages or whatever, which is very exciting indeed. I think that is one of the biggest appeals for me in FIFA 19. The most appealing feature almost is the fact they do have the Champions League license, which is also huge for career mode as well, meaning that we can actually take part in the official tournaments, the Champions League and Europa League, with the official trophy and all the graphics that come with it. But now let's take a look at the new kickoff mode, and we have house rules. So I made a video dedicated to this the other day. If you haven't watched it already, basically I just went into what I think it might be, and I was close. I was very close. So basically when you play house rules, you can invite a friend over, whatever, or play it yourself against the CPU. It has different game modes within house rules. So here we've got long range. Any goal scored inside the box will count as 1, and goals scored outside of the box will count as 2. So you play with random rules, very different rules to a normal football game. And that is what long range is. Now, if we look at survival mode, this is probably going to be the most exciting one for most people. And this is the game mode they actually played on stream. So in survival, if I just cut to the chase a little bit, every time you score, you lose a player. Simple as that. If you score, you lose a player. They literally get ejected from the pitch. So you have to be a little bit cautious with how many goals you want to score. If you're leading by 2-0, you might not want to score again unless they do, for example. Otherwise, they're going to overwhelm you because you're going to have so many less players compared to them. Goalkeepers cannot be taken off, obviously. And eventually, you could actually forfeit the game. If you get more than 2 red cards, you actually forfeit the game. So you do need to be careful with the challenges going in. It's very easy to get a red card in FIFA. And imagine if you've already lost 3 players because you scored 3 goals, and then you get 2 players sent off. I mean, it's not going to be easy with 6 players on the pitch, I can tell you that. The other game mode that we can see there is headers and volleys. So in this match type, you can only score by heading the ball into the goal or from a volley. So I don't actually know what happens if you score from a normal shot. Does it just not count? Is it a goal kick? I'm yet to see any gameplay of it, but that was definitely funny to think about. Scoring headers and volleys is actually quite an interesting one. I don't know how popular it would be and how boring it would get after a while. But it does say free kicks and penalties will also count. But any other goal scored using a feet will be disallowed, except from a volley. So, yeah, I mean, when you score an offside goal, it's just not a goal. It doesn't count. They get a free kick. So maybe that's what's going to happen. But we've also got a screenshot here of the survival mode. So you'll see that Juventus are beating PSG 1-0 here. They just scored. And the player that got ejected was Matuidi. Now, it does seem to be randomised, but it also does seem to be scripted in a way. You seem to lose a midfielder, a defender, and then an attacker. So I don't think you could potentially lose your entire back 4 if you score 4 goals in a row. I think it will take players out of each area of the pitch first, so it's at least a little bit fair. I mean, imagine losing your whole defence in a couple of goals. That would be pretty silly. So that's going to wrap up this video, guys. Lots of new stuff to talk about. Lots of new stuff still to come as well. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you leave a like as well. And I will see you next time.